A doctor and a scientist, Dr. Edwin Flatto MD, in his papers which were released in March 2005, says, the seminal fluid is a viscid proteinaceous fluid composed of secretory products of the testes, epididymis, seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and Cowper's gland. It is rich in potassium, iron, lecithin, vitamin E, protease, spermine, albumin, phosphorus, calcium and other organic minerals and vitamins. An average ejaculation is about 2 to 5 cubic centimeters of semen and contains from 200 million to 500 million sperm. Each one of these millions of sperm carry 23 chromosomes, split chromosomes, prostaglandins, genes, electricity, and all the vitamins, enzymes, and minerals necessary for the creation of another human being. Besides being a factory manufacturing sperm, the testicles produce male hormones or androgens, such as testosterone. If not ejaculated, they go directly into the bloodstream and are carried to every part of the body. They stimulate the pituitary gland and the creative centers of the brain. Semen is not a substance to be wasted lightly. The faster you use it, the more the body is forced to produce it. Your bloodstream takes the raw materials from every part of your body, including your brain, and transports them to the gonads to be used to replace expended resources. An analysis of both brain cells and semen shows great similarities. Both are very high in phosphorus, sodium, magnesium and chlorine. The sex glands and brain cells are intimately connected physiologically, but are adversaries in the sense that they are both competing for the same nutritional elements from the identical bloodstream. In this sense, the brain and the sexual organs are also competitors in using bodily energy and nutrition. End of quote. In other words, semen contains the life force that alone has the power to create another life. When man indulges in the sexual act, he is giving a portion of his very life to produce another life. Such is the gravity, seriousness, divinity and importance of one single ejaculation. Would any of us play a sport that would put our very lives on the line? Would we be interested in pole vaulting a high voltage, electricity transmission power line? No. Using sex for entertainment accounts to just that. Electricity is meant to be safely used to ease our life and not played around with. By using sex for pleasure, man is wasting the greatest power within him. Medical research points out that semen, the spine and the brain are all linked. When semen is analyzed, it becomes clear that it has the same constituents as the spine and brain. In other words, semen to a large extent is a derivative of the cerebrospinal fluid. He who conserves and transmutes semen will never be troubled by joint pains, backaches, spinal problems or bone-related disorders. The spine remains lithe and elastic, and this can be made use of in the reversal of aging. The brain becomes exceptionally powerful, and all its abilities shine to the fullest extent. On the other hand, those who waste semen will eventually be plagued by health problems, such as joint pains, a deteriorating spine, bone disorders, poor memory, mental exhaustion, poor eyesight and innumerable diseases. Hindu scriptures point out that by the honest and true unbroken practice of celibacy in thought, word and deed for a period of 12 years, buddhi nadi or medhanadi is formed in the brain, by which man can have a photographic memory of anything he reads or hears and can reproduce the same word to word unfailingly. He can solve extremely difficult problems and life situations easily by using the power of his ohas, his divine energy meaning life force. The ability of the brain to concentrate, focus and find solutions to any problem would be comparable to superhuman dimensions. Further to this period of true celibacy in thought, word and deed, man develops trikala nyan or the knowledge of the past, present and future, and rests in a state of incomparable bliss, constantly in the thought of God. Swami Vivekananda was a living example for the benefits one derives from the practice of celibacy in effect. He attributed his remarkable mental prowess to a lifelong observance of celibacy. At one point in time, a disciple of his was exclaiming at the impossibility of absorbing all the contents of the many volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica that had landed at the library the previous day. Seeing the new, shining volumes, the disciple said to Swami, "It is almost impossible to read all these books in a single lifetime." The Swami said, "What do you say? Ask me anything you like from these 10 volumes, and I will answer them all." The disciple asked in wonder, "Have you read all these books?" On that Swami said, "Why should I ask you to question me otherwise?" On being examined, Swami Vivekananda not only reproduced the sense, but it places the very language of the difficult topic selected from each volume. The disciple, astonished, put aside the books, saying, "This is not within human power." The Swami said, "Do you see? Simply by the observance of strict celibacy, all learning can be mastered in a very short time. One has an unfailing memory of what one hears or knows but once. That power may come to all. That power comes to him who observes unbroken celibacy for a period of 12 years. With the sole object of realizing God, I have practiced that kind of celibacy myself, and so a screen has been removed, as it were, from my brain. For that reason, I need not any more think over or prepare myself for any lectures on such a subtle subject as philosophy. Suppose I have to lecture tomorrow, all that I shall speak about will pass tonight before my eyes like so many pictures, and the next day I put into words during my lecture all those things that I saw. So you will understand now that it is not any power which is exclusively my own. Whoever will practice unbroken celibacy for 12 years will surely have it. If you do so, you too will get it. End of quote. Intelligence is largely dependent on the power of recollection. Memory is the catalyst to free-flowing intelligence. Our intelligence is a product of how well we are able to grasp, store, analyze and reproduce what we learn and observe from life experiences, and celibacy is the base on which this intelligence rests, for celibacy brings out the light of the soul, and the soul is superior to intelligence. Same goes with the physical strength and abilities. The one who conserves his strength will benefit more than he has imagined in long run through his strength compounding with help of semen retention. Nourishment of semen to brain and body is the best.